Hello and welcome back to another episode of the OS Academy. My name is LoliFlan and I'm here to show you OS's latest game mode called OS Mania. So, what is OS Mania? It's based off of other popular rhythm games that have similar playstyle. The main objective is to hit notes in multiple columns according to the rhythm. This play mode is categorized in keys, mainly 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8K. The K means keys, and the number represents how many keys you will have available to press. For example, 7K means you have 7 columns of notes with 7 keys, which you will need to press according to the beat. The more keys there are, the harder it gets. Nowadays, support for the key modes have been added, 1, 2, 3, 9, and 10K, but you won't see those very often. By now, I'm sure you're thinking this is something quite different to get used to. Play it enough and you'll get there for sure. Now, first off, we'll explain the controls and key layouts. Each different key mode has their own different layouts, which will help you play them easier. These layouts are designed to make sure the player is comfortable with them and can press all keys simultaneously without the keyboard locking up. Though for those with USB keyboards, I'm sorry to say that you won't be able to press more than 6 keys at the same time, but with regular keyboards, this shouldn't be a problem. Custom layouts can be set, but the default ones are recommended. If you played any similar rhythm games, you will most likely know which key layout you'll be using. But if you haven't played any of them, nor like the default control layouts, feel free to experiment until you find which one fits you the best. So now that you know how the controls work, let's get a basic idea on how OS Mania difficulties work. Go to the song select screen and on the bottom you'll see a button that says Mode. Click it and select OS Mania on the list. Now if standard game mode difficulties are present, they'll be auto-converted to OS Mania difficulties called Note Charts. Now let me explain how converting difficulties work. The harder the difficulty is, the higher the key count will be. For example, an easy difficulty will be usually a 4-key note chart, and the insane difficulty will be a 7-key note chart. As the key mode has more keys, the patterns will get harder and will require to press more keys simultaneously. But if you prefer playing a certain key mode, you can force it by selecting a play mod from the mods menu. If you feel like playing 4 keys on any difficulty, just select the 4K mod and it will automatically convert all difficulties to 4K note charts. Now let's move on to explaining the gameplay mechanics. As the note is scrolling down, you will have to hit it when it reaches the bottom, also known as the judgment line. When the note has reached the judgment line, that indicates a beat. That's the time when you have to press the key according to the column the note is in. You can make the scrolling speed of the notes faster or slower by pressing F3 and F4 respectively. But be warned, the faster the song's beat, also known as BPM, is, the faster the notes will scroll. So make sure you adjust the speed when you're playing each song. The horizontal line you see indicates a measure. The faster the BPM is, the faster it will scroll, which can give you an early hint before the first note of the note chart has appeared. If you don't feel like changing the speed for every song, you can disable the scrolling speed scaling with BPM from the options. This will set a fixed speed by your choice for all songs at all times. Next up are the different types of notes. There are 2 of them, a single note and a long note. A single note requires just one simple press, but a long note requires you to press the key at its beginning, hold it, and release when the end of it has reached the judgment line. Usually long notes are used when a long vocal or tone is present at the song's current position. In some cases, you'll need to hit notes while holding a long note or alternate between multiple single or long notes. Depending on the note chart's difficulty, these combinations can get tricky and cause your fingers to tie themselves in knots. Though with practice, your fingers will eventually learn how to handle the note patterns. In order to get used to a key mode, your fingers need to know which key to press for which column at all times. Starting off with 4 keys may be the best choice for most new players, as it requires less keys to press. But it's your choice. You can start with 7 keys if you want. Nowadays, OS Mania has its own ranked beat maps. You can play difficulties created specifically for the game mode by other players instead of auto-converted ones. But be warned, some of them can become very hard, so be ready for a new challenge. Well, that is all for me on this episode. Be sure to check out the other videos to learn more about oaths. And remember, rhythm is only a click away. See ya!